Hey guys, Eric Channel. Welcome to today's video blog, and today I'm going to talk about give to receive, adding value. So here's a concept that is not just talked about in terms of making money or getting people to follow you, but it's also talked about a lot in the spiritual realm and the religious realm. And people, you know, if they're in church or they're listening to a spiritual person that they follow, maybe in the moment they get that, but I don't think that a lot of people take that from an intellectual idea and bring it down into their nervous system and actually own it. And when people hear that whole concept of give to get, one of the things that comes up is a fear. And the fear is, Eric, if I just give everything, what am I going to get? How am I going to guarantee that I get something back? You say give with no expectations of getting anything back, and I'll receive more than I ever believed possible. How does that make any sense? So what I'm talking about, and what many of these leaders talk about in personal development, success, leadership, religion, spirituality, the commonality of what they're really talking about is it doesn't mean that you have to be Mother Teresa, give all your money away and move to Calcutta, although that's amazing. You know, what it's about is living from a place of abundance instead of scarcity. See, that whole thought is if I give something away, now I have less instead of there being more. You know, Tony Robbins talks about if you won't give 10 cents out of $1 to charity, you're not going to give 100,000 out of 1,000,000. Because now all of a sudden you see it as a big number and you think, oh, there's so many other things I could do with it. So it's all about a real pattern. But again, everyone comes back to the money one. Oh, if I give somebody a thing, or if I give somebody money, or you say, for an example, what are you talking about, Eric? There are so many entertainers or athletes or all these people. They don't give to get. They just get all this money. That concept doesn't make any sense. Well, it does make sense if you don't think about money specifically. What can you give? I just want to think about this for a second, because remember, you're thinking about one specific thing. I'm thinking just giving in general. So what do those people give? Their energy, their emotion, their time, their voice, their acting ability, their influence. So that's part of giving. See, here the thing is when people talk about not just getting, it's that you want to do nothing and get something in return. You don't want to give anything. You don't want to give any education before you get someone to buy. You don't want to give any of your time before you get someone to buy. You don't want to give your emotional energy up before someone will buy or join your team or come to your event. Or do you get what I'm saying with that? You have to put in the investment up front, and it doesn't have to be money, although that should be a part of it. You just have to give to get. And you have to say, because I believe in whatever that thing is, I'm going to go out and get it. So here's the thing. I didn't make any money off this deal, but you remember earlier on in the week, I did one of these video blogs where I talked about my friend who actually was going to go to Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny program, but then he got a little bit in his head and tried to back out, and I talked him out of it. I didn't get anything out of that monetarily except knowing that he went to the event, he had a blast and all that stuff, but pretend it was my event, right? It was my event and he's calling up to try to cancel, and I'm just saying, oh man, you know, fine. If I was just saying I want to get something and not give something, but I gave him my energy, my time, I had a conversation with him, I said, you gotta go, here's the reasons why, here's the benefits, here's what you're going to get out of it, and if it isn't everything that I say it's going to be, I'll give you your money back, and if you don't want to talk to me ever again, that's fine. So I gave, and I got a great feeling because he went and had a good time, and his life was way improved because of it. But if say it was the same situation, but it was my event, I would have only got paid the money for him going to the event because I gave my time, my energy, my focus, and he trusted me, he believed in me, he believed in my vision, and I believed in his vision. Do you follow me on that? So it's not all about money. Many of you on here are looking for more ways to make money, but you have to buy into that concept first, give to get. And I know there are plenty of people that I'm sure you follow and I follow that are selfish. But again, it's not necessarily that you give when we're talking about money anyway, it's not necessarily that you give from a place of charity or I'm just looking to give stuff away that you receive. It's all about the concept of adding value. If whatever you're doing adds value to the marketplace, to your family, to your friends, then you will receive back. And although, many people make a lot of money, and however they do it you might not agree with, in some way they've given before they get, and they've added enough value to the marketplace that the marketplace has decided that they're deserving of getting something back. So once you gotta kind of get over that concept of, one, it's not all about money, and even when it is about money, it doesn't mean you have to just give everything away. It means giving your time, your money, your energy, your focus, your laughter, your comedy, your whatever it is. There's just some part of giving that, pretending it could be, brought up in terms of, a point system. You give a certain amount and you receive, the same amount or more back, and sometimes that equates to money. But I think the biggest thing is getting over the fear of you giving energy, time, money, resources, and expecting something back. See, life changes when you do stuff because it's who you are, not what you get. You have to think about, what would I do if money was no object? Now, I know you're saying, Eric, I work this job, I have to work this job, it's not what, whatever. But think about, what are some of the things that you would do if money was no object? And again, maybe you can't do that full time right now, but maybe, on the weekends or after work or something, you could spend some time blogging about something that you're excited about, and eventually you could add an offer to that. But you do it because you want to add value to other people, and when you do that enough, things will start coming back your way. And I know this is a tough concept to get. It took me a really long time to get it. But if you can get this concept, I actually think it is the #1 concept that you need to really get things done. I know I talked about, the #1 key to success is resourcefulness. But one of the things you need to be resourceful for is, how can I give more so that I can get more, but without expectations, without attachment to a goal. I give because I want to make the difference to the person, the customer, whoever it is, and I know I'll receive, but I'm not attached to this one person giving it back to me or whatever it is. If you can get that idea and be resourceful from the place of giving before you get and adding value to other people, just watch what happens in your life. And if you can commit to that for a period of time, you'll see some amazing results. So I hope that helps. Go out there, live the movie, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you tomorrow.